It's pretty impressive. The Gwinnup family has got a great herd of cattle. They've been welcomed into this Angus business, and it's really great to have Steve and Linda Gwinnup in the business. They purchased the Crazy K program, and I tell you what, have done an outstanding job, and we look forward to having you all April 13th at their sale in Meechee, Tennessee as well. But tonight's the embryos, and there's as I stated and started, this is an excellent set. The cattle that are represented over the years that we've had an opportunity to sell at Crazy K have been some of the highlights in our industry, guys, and they've really done an outstanding job. The one thing that's been real successful is a lot of the cattle that have left that herd have really done well for other people, and so you can see generations and generations of high-quality cattle. And you study the 42, when you get in and see 1564 and some of these great 4261 and some of these great cows, you've seen them in a lot of pedigrees and you know what they can do. And so tonight you can bid up with confidence, as always, from Crazy K and now the Gwinnup family. You all know Charlie Atkins. Charlie's overseeing the operation, manager in charge. Does a great job. You know, Charlie's been a good friend of all of us for a long time, from the very beginning of Crazy K, and still continues and still is a major part of this program and directing Steve and Linda to this where it's going to go. And I tell you what, it's a really a neat opportunity to have him involved in this and keeping this tradition of this great program going. So once we're finished here today, we will, those of you that have purchased any embryos, we will get them we'll email you, and then you can get with Charlie. He can get with you to get these embryos sent out. They are located in Meechee, Tennessee. They do have some shippers from there, so we can get these embryos to you pretty easily. We're going to go in catalog order. There's a few of these cows that are got multiple matings, and so we're just going to give you the choice, not going to try to guess and see which ones you like the best. We will do a few of individual lots, but for mostly, we will do some choice lots so you can kind of pick and choose on what you want. We are live today on CCI Live. Again, an excellent set and of great people that are on here. Shane Van Zant's here. Really appreciate this outlet, and a lot of people are going to be bidding and buying. We do have some phone phone guys that are going to be on the phone as well. So Mike and I will be conducting that. So bear with us as we go along. Conducting the sale, Steve Dorn. He's going to say a few words, and we're going to get into selling the embryos tonight.
All right. Thank you, Ryan, and good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the first official event for Gwinnup Crazy K. Steve and Linda were at the Cattlemen's Congress in Oklahoma City and made some very astute purchases with the help of Charlie Atkins, their manager. And, again, they're very enthusiastic about the business. And as Ryan has mentioned, these pedigrees representing these embryos is kind of a who's who of Angus genetics. So I would say that some of the very best cow herds, some of the very best programs are represented here. Of course, Basin, Gardner. Again, we've got some embryos by the great Grimius Herdsire Salvation. So, as Ryan has said, we're going to give you a choice. So, take it away, Ryan, and let's have an auction.
We're going to kick off with the Lucy 4261s, and she's one of the more famous cows in our industry. She's the $240,000 valued female, the cornerstone of the Gwinnup Crazy K program and Easy Angus. You all know her as been just a great producer. One of the main things that she's done that's done an outstanding job is she's produced Easy AR Step Up, one of the dominant bulls that sold for $132,500. This is a bull that in our industry is truly unique. He's a bull that's at now Select Sires. He went to Edisto Pines. We sold bulls, the numerous sales that have just been going on and on ranging in that $15,000 to $25,000. He's a different kind of a bull. He's one that's excellent. He's one that's big time. Here's an opportunity tonight to get some matings by Salvation, 2 by Iconic, and 1 Huckleberry. The Huckleberries are sexed females, so choice in 1A, B, C, or D.
All right, the sale's in your hands. We're going to sell them to you so much a piece times 3. All right, so let's go. And who said? All right, $1,000 on them. By golly, the internet's lit up here. I've got 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 8. I'll deliver 800, 900. I'll deliver now. We'll deliver 8, divided by 9, divided by 9. 900. I've got 800. Now 900 on them. 800, 900. I'll deliver 800, divided by 9, divided by 8. 900. Got 8 bid. 900, 800, 900. Well, I've sold the first choice for 800 to buyer number 625 in South Carolina.
Great job there. Now let's pick out one. He's going to take the C lot, so he's going to take the Iconics. So now 1A, 1B, or 1D. 1D is the heifers.
All right, let's go. Tell me on them who said. I'll deliver down 1,000 on them. I'll deliver down 203. I'll deliver down 3. 203. 300 on them. I'll deliver down 3 to 4. I'll deliver down 3. I'll deliver down 4. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. I'll deliver down 5. I'll deliver down 5. Now 600. Now 7. I'll deliver down 607. I'll deliver down 607. John, you're out in Wisconsin. I've got 600 in Florida. 700 on them. 600, 700. 600 deliver down 7. 600, 700 on them. Sold 600, buyer 617. Circle G. Jim, what would you like? A, B, or D?
He's taking the sex heifers. Thank you. Look for their sale the first Saturday in April. Now we got the Salvations or the other Iconics.
All right, lot number 1A or B, and again, the Iconics and Salvations have been responsible for some of the great bull sales that we've had so far this spring, so tell me on them. All right, who said 500 on them? 500, I've got 200, 2.5. I deliver down 3, I deliver down 3.5. 300, 3.5. I deliver down, we deliver down 3. 300, deliver down 50. 300, 3.5. I deliver down 3.5. 400, I deliver down 3.5. 4. 400, now 5. I deliver down 4 to 5. I deliver down 5. I've got 400, 500. You're out in South Carolina. I've got 400 with a man in Wisconsin. Now 500, 400, 500 on it. I'll take 4.5. 400, 4.5. I'll deliver down 400, deliver down 4.5. Now 5. I'll deliver down 5. I deliver down 5. John, 4.5, 5. I'll deliver down 5. I deliver down 5. 450. 500 on them. 500 on them. Sold 450 times 3. Buyer 625. Thank you, Jackson. And would you like A or B or perhaps maybe both? He's going to take the B. The Iconics are gone.
All right, now we're going to do the Salvation, the grimiest bull, again, popular as anywhere, any son, any in the country.
All right, lot number 1A, number to buy. Tell me on them and who said. I'll deliver down 500 on them. I'll deliver down 200 down 2.5. I'll deliver down 2.5, 3. I'll deliver down 3 to 50. I'll deliver down 3. I'll deliver down 3.5. I've got 300 bid. 3.5. 350's all. 300, 3.5, 4. I'll deliver down 3.5, 4. I'll deliver down 3. Deliver down 4. Here's a set of embryos. Should be helping the average and not hurting it. I've got 350. 400's all. 3.5, 400 on them. I'll deliver down 3.5, 400, 350, 400 on them. Well, I've sold them for 350 times 3 to John Jacobson in Wisconsin, buyer 616.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, John.
Now we're going to bring in the great 1564. And guys, if you read the footnotes, you can just go on and on. She's a multi-million-dollar producer. She was raised in the, she was owned in partnership with Crazy K and Vintage. Again, there's been multiple herd bulls. There's been multiple females that have been leaders in our industry. This is the last of the embryos by 1564. She's now deceased. If you buy these are by Jameson. You can buy 3 or you can double up and buy 6 of them. But these 1564 cattle, guys, you know, you've sold a lot of them with me, Steve. They just don't get much better than this.
All right, again, 2 of the breed's greatest females, 6108, and, of course, her daughter, 1564, again, a mainstay at Vintage Angus for years. All right, lot number 2A and 2B, both sets by Bass and Jameson. All right, tell me on them. I'll deliver down 1,000 on them. I'll deliver down 1,000. I'll deliver down 200, 300 on them. I'll deliver down 3 to 4. I'll deliver down 3 to 4. I'll deliver down 3, I'll deliver down 4. 300, 400, 5. I'll deliver down 4 to 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 5. 500, 500, 400, 500 on them. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. I'll deliver 4.5. Now 5. I'll deliver down 4.5. 5 cool. 455. I'll deliver down 5. I'll deliver down 4.5. 500 on them. 4.5. 5. I deliver down 5. I deliver down 5. 4.5. 500. 450. Now 5. 500 on them.
Wait a minute. I tell you what, this opportunity here tonight's probably about as good as anything that I've seen. We've got a great opportunity. When you can buy 1564s for this kind of money, it's probably about as good as anything. You might want to do it at 500. All right. We got an outstanding opportunity right here, right?
500 on them, 4.5. 500 on them. Out of it down, down, 5, down, 5. 500. Out of it down, 5, down, 5. 500 on them. Out of it down, down, 4.5. 500 on them. 500 down, 5, down, 5.5. I've got 5 with a man in South Carolina. 500, 5.5. 500, 5.5. 600. Out of it down, 5.5. Jackson and Cole, you're both out. 5.5. 600. Out of it down, 5.5. 600. 550. 600. 600. Sold them 550. 550. They'll go to Hillhouse Angus. And would you like 3 or would you like 6? T takes all 6. Thank you, Steve. All right. So we'll move on now to...
Here's lot number 3. Here's the direct daughters out of 0033. They're by Heat Seeker, Cover the Bases, and the Black Label Bull. Guys, this is a great mating here. The Lucy female brought 120,000. She was the featured female that's now at Gwinnup Crazy K that came out of the EZ program. She stems back to that S161, the Peerless daughter that came out of the Riverbend program. A608 was what, from a phenotypic standpoint, was about as good as it gets. This Heat Seeker and Black Label Bull, as well as Cover the Bases. Here's 3 matings, guys, that are pretty special.
All right, 3A, 3B, 3C. Your choice on them and tell me on them. All right, who said 1,000 on them? I'll deliver down, 1,000. I'll deliver down, 2. 203. I'll deliver down 2 to 3. I'll deliver down 3 to 4. I'll deliver down 3 to 4. I'll deliver down 4. 400 on them. I'll deliver down 3, down 4. I'll deliver down 4. You're out of Missouri, now 405. I got 5 in Florida, now 600. 500, 600 on them. I'll deliver down 5, down 600. I've got 500 in Florida.
One of the things I failed to mention is 3A and 3B are sexed females, guys. The Heat Seekers and the Black Label. Black Label was the high bull last year at Riverbend. These 2 are sexed female.
And 500 in Florida, 600. You're out in Missouri, Bill. I've got 500, 600 on them. I'll deliver down 500, down 5.5. 500, 5.5. 500, 5.5. I'll deliver down 500, down 5.5. 500, 5.5. Well, I've sold them for 500. They'll go to Jim Gresham. And Jim, which would you like? Circle G? Okay. Do you want?
He took the A.
Took the A.
He can put it in 7 if he wants to.
If you want the B, you can put it in, but we can start too.
All right, let's go on 3B and 3C and tell me on them. All right, who said I'll deliver down 500 on them? I'll deliver down 200, taking a 3. I'll deliver down 2, down 40, I'll deliver down 4. I'll deliver down 3 to 4. I'll deliver down 4. I'll deliver down 3, I'll deliver down 4. 304. I'll deliver down 4. I'll deliver down 5. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. I'll deliver down 5. I've got 4.5 in Iowa. Give me 500 in Florida. I'll deliver down 4.5, 500 on them. I'll deliver down 4.5, 5. I'll deliver down 5. I'll deliver down 5.5. 500, 5.5. 5.5, Philip. I've got 500, 5.5. I'll deliver down 5. I'll deliver down 5.5. I've got 500, 5.5. 500, 5.5. Sold them 500. They'll go to buyer 617. Circle G. Thank you, Jim. And do you want B and C? He takes B.
All right, now we're going to go with the cover the bases. And again, that Expressus bull sale and Expressus female sale, as well as Pollard, these cover the bases were deadly.
All right, and let's go. Lot number 3C, and tell me on them. I'll deliver down 500 on them. I'll deliver down 200, 2.5. I'll deliver down 3, I'll deliver down 3.5. 300, 3.5. I'll deliver down 3.5. 300, 3.5. I'll deliver down 3.5. I'll tell you what, if you like cattle that have got tops to them, have got the numbers to back up the pedigree, here is a set of embryos to buy here. I've got 3.5, now 400 on them. 3.5's in South Carolina, now 400. 3.5, 400 on them. I'll deliver down 3.5, 4. I'll deliver down 400. I'll deliver down 3.5, 400 on them. 350. 400's all. 3.5, 4. Well, I've sold them for 350. Thank you, Jackson. And buyer 625, 350 times 3.
Well, thank you so much. Here's lot number 4A, 4B. We're going to say these three IVF embryos. I covered the bases out of the great 5426, guys. If you paid attention, here's the female that is absolutely impressive. She is the pay weight daughter out of 1C43. That would be the full sib to the great Tex playbook. Again, a bull that's top for $M. He's one of the great bulls in our industry. This young female, her sister brought a lot of money. This is a great line of cattle. This cow is now featured at TD Angus and McWhirter. This is a great opportunity. 4A, 4B, buy, cover the bases.
All right, lot number 4A and 4B, number to buy, and W on them. You can either take 3 or 6. And who said? I'll deliver down 1,000 on them. I'll deliver down 1,000. I'll deliver down 200. Tanking down 3. I'll deliver down 2 to 4. I'll deliver down 2 to 4. I'll deliver down 2 to 4. I'll deliver down 4. 300, 400 on them. I'll deliver down 4. 304. Now 4. I'll deliver down 4. Now 5. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. I've got 4 in Illinois. Now 500 on them. You're out in Texas. 400, 500 on them. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. 405. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. How about 450? Would you go there? 400, 4.5 on them. 400, 4.5. I'll deliver down 4 to 50. 400, 4.5. 450. Well, I've sold them for 400. And they'll go to buyer 619, Adam Robinson in Illinois. And Adam takes A. All right, now we'll sell you the B. Tell me on them and who said. 500 on them. 500, 500 again. By cover the bases. 500 on them. 200 taken down 2.5. I'll deliver down 3. Now 3.5. I'll deliver down 50. 300, 3.5. 350. 300, 3.5. I'll deliver down 3.5. 300, 3.5. 300, 3.5. At this kind of money, it is speculation range.
Well, I tell you what, and this cow is the full sib to Tex playbook, and all the answers are done right here, guys.
And you have to speculate to accumulate, and I have got 350, now 400. 3.5, 400 on them. 3.5, 400. I'll deliver down 3.5. If you're out in Texas, 3.5, 400 on them. I'll deliver down 3.5, 400, 350, 400 on them. 3.5, 4. Sold them 350 times 3. Thank you, Adam. Buyer 619 at 350.
Thank you very much. Now we're going to bring in the transcendence out of this cow. Again, an outstanding opportunity. Again, these are the 5As. We're just going to sell you the 3, and then we're going to go to the +1s second. So 5A is going to be your choice. These are the transcendence, guys. He's one of the top marbling bulls in the breed, but you put him on the full sib to the great Tex playbook, this could be pretty fun.
All right, we're selling the transcendents, and look at the marbling numbers here. All right, truly a carcass bull. Lot number 5A, number to buy. Tell me on them. I'll deliver down 1,000. I'll deliver down 1,000. 200, 2.5. I'll deliver down 3.5. 300, 3.5. I'll deliver down 2 to 50. 300, 3.5. I'll deliver down 3.5. 300, 3.5. Now 4. I'll deliver down 3.5. 4. I'll deliver down 3.5. 400 on them. I'll deliver down 3.5. I've got 350 bid. Now 400, 3.5, 400, 400 down 4. I'll deliver down 4. 400 on them. 354. Sold them 350 times 3. They'll go to buyer 623. Thank you, Steve.
Here's lot number 5B. We're going to end up on 4 conventional embryos. So 4 conventional embryos out of 5426, guys. If you've seen the picture of her, there's no video, obviously, but this cow was a power individual.
All right, we're selling lot number 5B by the famous +1, the Benoit bred bull. And again, he's gone on to sire some of the top females in herds across the land. All right, 5B, and we're selling, we've got 4, so much a piece times 4. All right, tell me on them, 1,000 on them. I'll deliver down 1,000, 200, 2.5. I'll deliver down 2.5, 300. I'll deliver down 3's bid 50, 300, 3.5. I'll deliver down 3 to 50. I'll deliver down 3, 3.5, 300, 3.5, 350. I'll deliver down 3, down 3, 300, 3.5, 300, 3.5. Help yourself here. 300, 3.5.
Well, I just want to interrupt. When you put +1, the maternal traits that he does, and then you put the playbook full sister on the bottom side, if you want to buy some or produce some ones that can make females, this is the mating we've had.
And I've got 350 in Illinois. Thank you. Now 4. I'll deliver down 3.5, 4. 400 on them. I'll deliver down 3.5, 400. 3.5, 4. I'll deliver down 3.5, 400 on them. 354. Sold them 350. They'll go to buyer 619. Thank you, Adam. made a good buy there.
We're going to go to lot number 6, and here's the good one out of the Playbook 830 daughter. Again, an awesome individual from a donor standpoint. These are huckleberries. These are sexed females, so 3 times the money. Sexed heifer calves, sexed heifer females, or females by Huckleberry out of 81216. The Playbook out of 830. Again, one of the most sought-after cows ever in the industry. There it is, 6.
All right, lot number 6, and tell me on them, so much a piece times 3, and who said? I'll deliver down 1,000 on them. I'll deliver down 1,000. I'll deliver down 50. I'll deliver down 3. I'll deliver down 3.5. 300, 3.5. 350. I'll deliver down 2. I'll deliver down 50. I'll deliver down 3.5. 3.5. Now 4. I'll deliver down 3.5. 4. I'll deliver down 4.5. Now 5. I'll deliver down Philip and Adam. You're both out. I've got 4.5 in Texas, Illinois, and Iowa. You're out. I'll deliver down 4.5. 5. I'll deliver down 5.5. I deliver down new horse in the race. Now 5.5, 600. I deliver down 5.5, 600. I deliver down Dennis, and you're out. I deliver down 5.5, 600. 5.5, 600. I deliver down 5.5, 600. 550. 600's all. 5.5, 600. Sold 550 times 3, buyer 623. Thank you, Steve. 550 times 3.
Those will be pretty special. Here's one I've been waiting on. Lot number 7, the Huckleberries out of the great E257. She's the Playbook out of Y69. Y69, again, one of the great cows ever to be ever born in the Angus business at Baldridge. Baldridge, again, an outstanding cow. She just keeps doing her record nonstop as one of the great legendary females. These are Huckleberries again. They're sex female, 3 times the money.
All right, and folks, if there was a Hall of Fame for Angus females, Isabel Y69 would be right up at the top. All right, so much a piece times 3, and tell me on them. I've got the internet's lit up, and 3.5. 400. Now 4.5. Now 5. I deliver down 4.5. 5. Now 5.5. 600. I deliver down 5.5. 600. I deliver down 5.5. 600. Jackson. 5.5. 600. I deliver down 5.5. Deliver down 600. 5.5. 600. Now 650. I deliver down 600. 6.5. I deliver down 600. 6.5. 600. 6.5. Adam, I have 600 ahead of you. Give me 650. 650. Now 700. 6.5, 700, Adam. I get 6.5 with Adam. Bill, you got to be 700. 6.5, 700 on him. I deliver down 6.5, 700, 700, 6.5, 7. I deliver down 700, deliver down 7, 650, 700 on him, 700 on him. Sold them 650 times 3. They'll go to buyer 619. Thank you, Adam. Going to Illinois.
That's a great buy. Here's another set of sexed heifers, again, out of the most popular bull in 2023. He was number 1 in registrations. That's Deer Valley Growth Fund. We got 2 sets of embryos, 3 times the money or 6 times the money if you would like. But the donor dam's the Great Express Black Cap 9364. She's a descendant of the great 1059. These Denver daughters out of 1059 are just beautiful from an udder development. Got cattle that, again, there's daughters that have just had tremendous success around the country, not only at express ranches, but across the United States. These really could be some of the intriguing female embryos that we're selling here tonight. I love Growth Fund. How can you not? 3 or 6 times the money.
All right, they are 8A or 8B over time. Great bulls in the Angus breed come and go. I'd say Growth Fund has outlasted a lot of bulls and probably as consistent a bull as maybe the Angus breed is known for the last several years. So, again, 3 or 6, tell me on them. All right, who said 1,000 on them? I deliver down 1,000. I deliver down 200, 2.5. I deliver down 2.5, 3. Now 3.5. I deliver down 250. I deliver down 3.5. 300, 3.5. I deliver down 3.5. 300, 3.5. I deliver down 4. I deliver down 3.5, 4. I deliver down 3.5. 400, 400. I deliver down 3.5, 4. 400 on it. I deliver down 3.5. We're selling more than a vial of semen here. Or a straw, we're selling a complete pedigree.
Well, I tell you what, and Bill, probably you know the quality of these cattle, guys. These Growth Fund cattle, you just can't have enough of them because you can breed them so many different ways. They're cattle that got bone and substance and depth and spring of rib. The females have that udder development. Any time that we sell bulls out of this bull, you have just tremendous luck. This is a no-brainer tonight.
350, 400. I'll deliver down 3.5, 4. 400 on them. I'll deliver down 3.5, 400. I've got 3.5, 4. I'll deliver down 4. 3.5, 400 on them, 400. Sold them 350. They'll go to Bill McLaren in Missouri, buyer 624. And Bill, would you like 3 or 6? He took the A's.
Thanks, Bill. Good job. Now we're going to stay with the same mating. 8B.
All right, and again, look at the donor dam again, one of these legendary Denver daughters. All right, tell me on them. I'll deliver down, 500 on them, 500. I'll deliver down, 2.5. I'll deliver down, 2.5, 3. Now 3.5. I'll deliver down, 250. I'll deliver down, 3.5. 300, down, 3.5. 300, 3.5. I'll deliver down, got 3 bid, 3.5. 300, 3.5. 350. I'll deliver down, 3.5. 300, 3.5, 300, 3.5. One quick word from Ryan.
Well, this is the craziest thing we've done, in my opinion. Again, guys, this kind of value, get a pregnancy, guaranteed heifer. These are donor types. Again, you got a little bit of time to develop them, but at $350 times this money, it's easy.
And there's one thing you won't have to go through and read back the pedigree to anybody. It's identified by anybody in the breed. I've got 300, 3.5. Here we go. I'll deliver down 3.5. 300, 3.5. I'll deliver down 350. 300, 3.5. 300, 3.5. They'll go to Myers 615. They'll go to Mike in Nebraska. Thank you. All right, here'd be over the page.
We're going to stay with the heifer embryos, and here's the Huckleberry again out of that great Ruby cow. Look at who she goes back to. If you heard me talk about pedigrees, 2357 is one of my favorite cows ever. She was raised at 44. She raised her daughter 4387. If you go through the pedigrees and across the United States and we get into these sales, if 2357 is laying in there, you better buy them. I can promise you that. These are heifer calves. Talk about maternal traits right here, Steve. They'll produce them right here.
All right, lot number 9. There's power in the blood here. Tell me on them. I'll deliver down 1,000 on them. I'll deliver down 1,000. I'll deliver down 2 to 3. I'll deliver down 2 to 4. I'll deliver down 2 to 4. I'll deliver down 4. 304. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. I'll deliver down 5. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. 500, 405. You're out in Florida. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. I'll deliver down 5. Now 4 to 5. I'll deliver down 5. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. I've got 400 down 5. 405. I'll deliver down 5. I'll deliver down 4 to 5. 400, 500 on them. You want to be 4.5. 400, 4.5. I'll deliver down 4 to 50. 400, about 5. I'll deliver down 4.5, 5. I got 4.5 in Iowa. I've got 500 in Illinois. Philip, you got to be 550. 500, 5.5. I'll deliver down 500, 5.5. 500, 5.5. 500 down 5.5. 500's bid, 5.5. I'll deliver down 5.5. 500, 5.5. 550. Sold 500. Buyer 619. Thank you, Adam. Going to Illinois at 500 times 3.
We're going to conclude tonight with a good set of embryos by Enforcer out of the 7099 cow. She was a $100,000 donor that was raised in the high roller program. And again, we just talked about 2357. That's the dam of this a set of embryos on the donor side. 2357 is a beautiful cow. She's now deceased, but her lineage just goes continually on and on and on. These are sexed females. Take 3 or 6 times the money.
All right, 10A or 10B, number 9. Tell me on them. I'll deliver down 1,000 on them. I'll deliver down 1,000. 200 to the half. I'll deliver down to the half 3. Now 3.5. I'll deliver down 2 to 50. I'll deliver down 2. I'll deliver down 3.5. Now 4. I'll deliver down 3.5. 4. I'll deliver down 400. I'll deliver down 3.5. 4. 400. I'll deliver down 3.5. I've got 3.5. 400's all. 3.5. 4. 400. I'll deliver down 3.5. There's money to be made here.
We'll read the footnote right here, and you can't see it if you don't have the footnote in front of you, but a full sib to these embryos brought $110,000. And so at 350, 400, it doesn't matter what they bring. You have the possibility to do the same exact thing.
350, 400's all. 3.5, 400 on them. I'll deliver down 3.5, 400. I'll deliver down 3.5, 400 on them. 3.5, 400. I'll deliver down 3.5, 400, 400. Sold them 350. Buyer 624. Thank you, Bill. And what would you like? He takes A. All right, now we'll say the Sibs is right. Tell me on them and who said. Oh, deliver down, 200, take it down 3. Oh, deliver down 2 to 3, now 3.5. Oh, deliver down 2 to 50. Oh, deliver down 3.5, 300, 3.5, 350. Oh, deliver down 2, deliver down 3.5, 300, 3.5, 300, 3.5. Oh, deliver down 2, deliver down 3, 3.5, 300, 3.5, 300, 3.5, 300, 3.5. Sold them 300. They'll go to buyer 629. They'll go to Virginia. Thank you, Robert. At 300 times 3.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the sale here tonight. And on behalf of everybody at Gwinnup and Crazy K, we really appreciate all your support here tonight. Great set of embryos. As we stated in the opening remarks, we'll get this information to you. You can get touch base with Charlie, and he'll get these embryos sent to you once you get settlement done. But on behalf of Steve and Linda Gwinnup, Charlie Atkins, and everybody, congratulations. We had a very successful sale. They really appreciate all of you being online. We do invite you to the April 13th female sale in Meechee, Tennessee. We have the catalog that'll be up in line just the first of the next week. But join us also in about 30 minutes right back here on CCI Live for the Hill House donor female sale here tonight. So those of you that are on can switch over here in about 30 minutes at 7 o'clock Central for the Hill House sale. But again, thank you all and have a wonderful night.